Welcome back. You're still tuned in to News and Views of myself, Salailo Makwidire, and we're going to be having a hashtag Africa Focus feature. This is a part of a show where we look at some of the biggest stories on the African continent. And this time around, we'll be turning our attention to West Africa, where Benin, long regarded as one of the region's most stable democracies, faced a dramatic and unexpected attempted coup in the early hours of Sunday. A group of soldiers stormed the national broadcaster and declared the suspension of the constitution. Hours later, explosions were heard across Cotonou, believed to be linked to a Nigerian Air Force intervention aimed at dislodging the mutineers. President Patrice Talon addressed the nation last night, assuring citizens that the situation is totally under control and commending the loyalty of the army and vowing that what he called treachery will not go unpunished. At least 14 people have been arrested, and questions remain over casualties, the motivations of the rogue soldiers, and just the broader general pattern of increasing coups in West Africa. And to help us unpack this fast moving development, the political context, and just the regional implications, we're now joined by Benin-based journalist and fact checker Josaphat Finogbe, also known as Josaphat Bolinon. Brother Josaphat, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to News and Views. Really appreciate you giving us your time.
Sure, for inviting me to your show this morning.
No, the pleasure's all ours. And I think we can jump right into it. If you can take us back to the early hours of Sunday, how exactly did this attempted coup unfold? And who was, the main key drivers of it? And what were the residents of Cotonou witnessing and hearing as those events escalated? Paint a picture for us.
It was a panic yesterday, but fortunately, everything was okay after. The main driver of this attempt core is Pascal Tigre, his colonial army, and a small group of soldiers, says the national state television. You already know it with the statement with the public declaration, but quickly there is a reaction of the Royal Army, and finally the Royal Army took control of the situation. Yesterday, as you asked, in Cotonou, there were a panic. Everyone is panicked. So we don't know exactly what's going on because on social media there are more information. They are talking about um, President Patrice Talon. They are talking about this attempt coup, and for some citizens, it's already done. But while reading social media, there was also fake news because we don't know exactly what is right or not. But at the end, we have this public statement of the National Ministry of Defense, who mentions that this attempt curve is just an attempt, and all the situation is under control with the Royal Army. It was a very panicked yesterday, but at the end, we thank God, had we say.
No, most definitely. I want to talk about the motives, of this attempted coup. The rebel soldiers accused President Talon of neglecting the security crisis in northern Benin and also failing to support families of fallen soldiers. How much weight do these grievances carry among the military and just the broader public?
Please take it again, your question. I didn't get it correctly.
So, just the motive behind this attempted coup. What exactly could it be? Because the rebel soldiers have also accused President Talon of neglecting the security crisis in northern Benin and also failing to support families of the soldiers that have died. Do these grievances carry a lot of weight among the military and just the broader public?
Uh, but we we cannot precisely mention the motive of this attempt coup. But what we know, they enumerate the reasons, as you said, a security crisis in North Benin, and also the social situation, and also a political situation, because you know that we are going to elect a new president next year, and the opposition party cannot compete for this presidential election. There are some reason, but after that, is it a sufficient reason to attempt a court in this contest with Benin experienced more than 3 decades of democracy, because you know also that Benin is an example of democratic rule in the continent, especially in West Africa. But they attempted. There are more reasons, because even if you ask citizen Beninese, they are crying, they are talking about social situation. They don't have enough food to eat. They don't have enough money. Money is not circulating. There is an unemployment for youth. And all this together, there are some reasons, but President Patrice Talon is doing his best to give a safe environment, to provide food, to secure more citizens. But unfortunately, they attempted. What we know for now is what is official, and what is official is the reason they enumerated during the statement, where it says the national state television. And after that, we also know that there are frustration among soldiers because there is the fact that President Talon is not enough engaged in this security crisis in the north of Benin, but it's not only specified to Benin, it is in the region. Even if in the Sahel region there are terrorists, it means that. But I think that the government of Patrice Talon is doing all its best to secure more citizens in the country.
One of the most striking elements of the story was the rapid involvement of Nigerian fighter jets. What do we know about how and why Nigeria intervened so quickly?
But there is cooperation between Nigeria and Benin. There is also military cooperation, and you don't. You also know that there is the ECOWAS. ECOWAS is a regional organization for these countries, and for this reason, they don't want to make the same mistake as they did in Nigeria, and, Burkina Faso, or Mali. For this reason, is to act very quickly to stop this, because nobody wants to participate to this period of the of military reign. They want to avoid it, and this is the dynamics of the cooperation between Benin and Nigeria and his brothers countries. But I think that it is good, because first, this situation, only one country cannot be able to face it. And if there is a support, I think that it is good. And what happened yesterday is a regrettable situation, but fortunately, with all this support, even from neighbors countries, and also the remarkable work of the Royal Army, this situation is now in our parts.
Lastly, before I let you go, brother Josaphat, there's been arrests that have been made and investigations that are currently ongoing. What should we expect in the coming days? Is the government tightening security and doing an analysis to try and quell further unrest or retaliation of this kind?
There will be more changes, that is for sure, because it is an attempt call. It means that the government will reinforce more the security action. There will be also justice for these military rebels. And the President Patrice Talon announced it yesterday during his public appearance that justice will be made, and all these rebel soldiers will respond to the act that is very obvious. And for a few days, the government, as I said, will reinforce the security system. What starts already this morning, because even if Cotonou wakes up with his casual calm, there is military soldiers circulating and patrolling everywhere to secure citizens and to let Beninese go in freely to their job, to their occupation. And this military action will also, yes, with this military action will also allow the government to be more vigilant, because we are not fully out of this, to secure everywhere, and to be more confident about that the Royal Army is still there doing his Republican work for the nation and also for the president. In a few days, because you already know that, as the president mentioned yesterday, there are some arrests, and 13 or 14 around. But we are waiting for others and official statement about it, about this situation. But for now, I can assure that everything is going well. People are living freely and moving to their job. Even if there is a panic, during the conversation, they are chatting, they are discussing about the cost, but everything is going well, because we have soldiers circulating everywhere to secure the city and also the citizen.
All right, there you have it, Josaphat. Thank you so much for joining us and giving South Africans a glimpse of what really happened in Benin in the early hours of Sunday. This is a story we'll definitely be keep on following quite closely, and we hope we chat again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
There you go. And with that, we've come to the end of this week's hashtag Africa Focus feature and to the end of the Monday edition of News and Views. I'll be back with you again tomorrow for the Tuesday edition of the show. Otherwise, from myself, Salalo Makudir, and everyone that made the show possible, it's Shop Shop for now.